Between wars, Group 5, Tipian, Via, Logan, Allison, Ariana. Between World War I and World War II, art changed dramatically. Artists were responding to trauma, political instability, and rapid modernization. Many movements of this period challenged traditional art and explored new ways of expressing the human mind and experience. Abstract surrealism emerged in the 1940s. It blended surrealist dream imagery with abstract, non-representational forms. Influenced by Freud and Jung, artists tried to bypass rational thought and tap directly into the subconscious. Joan Mirau's Object from 1936 is a strong example of this combination of abstraction and dreamlike symbolism. Automatism is a technique where the artist creates without conscious control, letting the hand move freely. This was deeply influenced by Freud's theories of the unconscious and became central to surrealism. André Masson's Battle of Fishes shows how instinct and spontaneity can guide the artwork. Constructivism began in Russia around 1915. It focused on geometric shapes, modern materials, and art with a social purpose. Artists used industrial inspiration, along with materials such as metal, wood, and oil paint. Kazimir Malevich's suprematist composition is a great example of how constructivist ideas appear in abstract geometric designs. Dada was an anti-art movement from 1916 to 1924. It was a reaction to the absurdity of World War I, and it rejected logic and tradition. Dada artists used randomness, humor, chance, and everyday objects to challenge the meaning of art. Marcel Duchamp's LHOOQ, a postcard of the Mona Lisa with a mustache drawn on, captures the playful, rebellious spirit of Dada. De Stijl, active from 1917 to 1931 in the Netherlands, aimed for complete harmony through abstraction. Artists use straight lines, right angles, and primary colors to create balanced, universal designs. Piet Mondrian's tableau uses simple grids and primary colors to show perfect order and clarity. International style architecture developed in the 1920s and continued into the 1970s. This movement focused on simplicity, function, and clean geometric forms. Artists used modern materials like steel, glass, and concrete, avoiding unnecessary decoration. Le Corbusier's Villa Savoye demonstrates this approach with its clean lines, ribbon windows, and open floor plan. Ready-mades. A ready-made is an ordinary manufactured object presented as art. Marcel Duchamp introduced this idea to challenge traditional ideas of craftsmanship. By removing an object from its everyday context, he forced viewers to reconsider what counts as art. Duchamp's bottle rack is one of the earliest examples of the ready-made. Regionalism focused on local culture, landscapes, and everyday life. It was especially popular in the United States during the 1930s and 1940s, highlighting rural scenes and small-town values. Grant Wood's American Gothic reflects this movement by presenting a familiar, prideful image of American life. Surrealism. Surrealism emerged after World War I and explored the unconscious mind through dreamlike and illogical scenes. André Breton's Surrealist Manifesto emphasized the importance of dreams and free expression. Artists like Salvador Dalí and Blair created unusual combinations of objects to reflect strange, dreamlike realities. Selected artworks. HOOQ. Marcel Duchamp. Duchamp humorously alters a Mona Lisa postcard by giving her a mustache, symbolizing Dada's rejection of seriousness and tradition. The piece expresses the irrationality artists felt after World War I. Cadeau, Man Ray transforms a household iron by attaching sharp tacks to its surface. This turns a domestic object into something dangerous and unusable, challenging expectations and celebrating Dada's rebellious nature. The multi-millionaire Hannah Höch. Höch uses photomontage to combine fragments of advertisements, political imagery, and machinery. The result is a chaotic figure that reflects the instability and media overload of her time. The Lovers, René Magritte. Magritte depicts two people kissing, but their heads are wrapped in cloth. This creates a sense of emotional distance and mystery, showing how surrealism blends the familiar with the uncanny. Woman Haunted by the Passage of the Bird Dragonfly. Omen of Bad News, Joan Miro. Miro uses abstract lines and biomorphic shapes to depict a woman confronted by a strange creature. The artwork expresses quiet psychological tension and captures the dreamlike style of surrealism. Thanks for listening to our presentation on Between Wars.